Hey guys, it's Josephine again. Sorry I haven't done a video in a while. It's just been really crazy. We're starting a new job and being tight on money until I start getting money. But one of my roommates and one of my friends on YouTube, Happy Puppy Channel, went out and bought a deck builder toolkit that I am going to open for you guys. So I guess we'll go ahead and do it. I'm going to compare it to a fat pack later when I actually do get a fat pack again. This is an older deck builder toolkit. It came with, I think it's like 125 random cards and 3 booster packs. They're not random cards, they're semi-random, they say, which will help you build a deck, supposedly. Never opened one before, so I guess we'll figure out how it goes. The box is really nice. Nicole Bolas. The original Elder Dragon. Sorry, there's 4 booster packs. Innistrad. African Restored. And 2 2013 core booster packs. We'll get to those later. Let's see if we get what we get interesting in the semi-random packs. Got some Arbor Elves. Yeah, let me fix how I'm holding it. I know it's backwards, but Ambush Viper, Flash and Death Touch, that's pretty cool. Geist Trappers, it's with Soulbound. You pair it with another creature. And when it's bound with another creature, both of them get reach. Pathbreaker Worm with Soulbound again. But both creatures are trample. Wildwood Geist. It's a spirit. I guess I'm starting to see a pattern here. Semi-random. I mean, this one also comes with a bunch of lands in this pack. Which it did say it came with 100 lands. So we'll take those out right now. Just a bunch of lands. Say Titanic Growth, +4/+4 until end of turn. A Farseek, which is good. Helps you find lands. You search your library for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain. So no forest, but I guess that would be good. Ranger's Path. Search your library for up to 2 forest cards. Put them into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Natural End. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. You gain 3 life. Prey Upon, which I'm going to ask for since I'm putting together a stuffy doll deck, which I'll explain in a later video when I actually have it together. But target creature you fight controls target creature you don't control. Crusader of Odric. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control, which is another card I'll want for my Populate deck. Oblivion Ring. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent. And when it leaves, when the Oblivion Ring leaves play, return that exiled permanent to under its owner's control. Put 2/2 Drake creatures with creature tokens with flying. Nimbus of the Breath. Nothing amazing. Just a 2/1 with you may tap or untap target creature. Vampire Nighthawk flying, Death Touch, Lifelink. Sorry, that's my phone. Arbiter Ghoul. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Arbiter Ghoul this turn dies, you gain control. You gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Not a bad card. Valkyrath Exterminator. Whenever it deals combat damage, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then you pay 2 of any in a mountain. It deals damage to the target creature equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Which I might throw in my deck too. My stuffy doll deck. Gang of Devils. When Gang of Devils dies, it deals 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures or players. Which I think is really good. Another card I want. Roaming Primadox. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature you control to its owner's hand. Not such a fan of that one. Hollow Range Scavenger. It's got Morbid. When it enters the battlefield, if the creature died this turn, I gain 5 life, or controller gains 5 life. That was one of the packs. Let's see. That's a pack of lands. Let's see. This looks like it's a pack of artifacts. Which, if this gives you a nice random assortment of cards, this might be pretty good. Okay, let's see. Ghoul Caller's Bell. Each player puts the top card of his or her library in his or her graveyard. Great for a mill deck. Which I might consider going for. So no, it's not all artifacts, but hey, it doesn't look too bad. Let's see. It's another one that's good for a populate deck. When this card dies, put a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield. So I'm not even going to try to say its name because I can't spell or can't say names really well. Voice of Province. Flying when it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 white human creature token onto the battlefield. There's a lot of populate ones in here, which intrigue me because populate's kind of my thing. Attendant Knight. When it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 white soldier creature token onto the battlefield. Cathedral Sanctifier. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Similar to Venerable Monk, but cheaper and more life, I believe. Chapelgeist, a 2/3 flying for 3. Nothing special. Nimbus of the Mist. When it comes into play, I may tap target creature. It's a 2/1 for 3. Seraph of Dawn. I know my friend Michael wants this card. It's an angel. Flying with lifelink. Not much. It's a 2/4 for 4, but still an angel. He wants to make an angel deck. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield and you control, Griffin Protected gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Nothing amazing. Glorious Charge. Creatures I control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Safe Passage. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you that creatures you control this turn. Pacifisms. Enchanted creature. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. Should still show you the cards. Cloud Shift. Exile target creature you control. Then return that card to the battlefield under your control. I guess that card would be great for if you have a creature that you don't want to lose that's about to die. This is good. Urgent Exorcism. Destroy target spirit or enchantment. With the Theros block having a lot of enchantment creatures. Mistraven. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card to its owner's hand. Griff Vanguard. Whenever it enters the battlefield, draw a card. It's also got flying. Archaeomancer. Enter the battlefield. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Stormbound Geist. When it enters the it can only block creatures with flying. It's got Undying. When this creature dies, if it had no +1/+1 counters on it, return it to the battlefield under its control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Deranged Assistant. Tap, put the top card of your library into your graveyard. Add 1 of colorless mana to your mana pool. Welcome Turn. It can only block creatures with flying. It's a 2/1 flyer. Got 2 of them. Scroll Thief. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Dot Scour. Target player puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Draw a card. Great for a mill deck again, which I want to make eventually. Essence Scanner. Counter target creature spell. In my opinion, not the greatest of counters. I prefer just regular counter. Counter anything you want. Negate counter target creature spell. Non-creature spell, sorry. Again, not the greatest of counters. Divination, draw 2 cards. Curse of the Bloody Tome at the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep. That player puts top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Again, great for a mill deck. Enchanted Encrust. Enchant artifact or creature. Enchanted permanent does not untap during its controller's untap step. Its activated abilities can't be activated. So kind of like pacifism, but better, because activated abilities can't even be used. Vampire Interloper, it can't block. Liliana Shade, enters the battlefield, search your library for a swamp card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. Ravenous Rats, when Ravenous Rats enters the battlefield, target opponent discards a card.
Hey, Joe?
What? Okay, so Ravenous Rats. Bloodhunter Bat. When it enters the battlefield, target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Tormented Soul. Tormented Soul can't block and it's unblockable. Interesting. Driver of the Dead. When Driver of the Dead dies, return target creature with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Interesting. Markov Patrician. Sorry, it's horrible pronunciation. A vampire with lifelink. Ghoul Caller Chant. Choose one target creature. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, or return 2 target zombie cards from your graveyard to your hand. I know everything's mirror image, but Sign in Blood, target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. Again, I think that'd be pretty good for a mill deck. Because you make them lose the 2 life as well. Murder, got 2 of those, destroy target creature. The rest, target opponent reveals his or her hand, choose a non-creature, non-land card from it, that player discards that card. Deadweight, enchanted creature gets -2/-2. Destroy, Victim of the Night, destroy non-vampire, non-werewolf, non-zombie creature. Never heard of a card like that. But then again, I wasn't really playing during Innistrad, so that was during my time off, between when I didn't have anyone to play with. Pitchfork Devils, when Pitchfork Devils dies, deal 3 damage to target creature or player. Gonna see about putting that in my Stuffy Doll deck. Torch Fiend, sacrifice and destroy target artifact. Blade Tusk Boar with Intimidate, like Fear, but it's for the specific color instead of just black. Forge Devil, when Forge Devil enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to target creature and 1 damage to you. Heirs of Stormkirk, sorry. Intimidate, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Rummaging Goblin. Discard a card, draw a card. Fire Elemental, just a basic 5/4. No special abilities. Searing Spear. Searing Spear deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Traitorous Blood, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it, it gains trample and haste until end of turn. Brimstone Volley deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Morbid. Brimstone Volley deals 5 damage to target creature or player instead if a creature died this turn. Demolish, destroy target artifact or land. Krenko's Command, put 2/1/1 red goblin creature tokens onto the battlefield. Pillar of Flame. Pillar of Flame deals 2 damage to target creature or player. If a creature dealt damage this way would die, exile it instead. And you got 2 of those. Borderland Ranger. When Borderland Ranger enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand. If you do, shuffle your library. Sorry, I'm horrible at pronouncing it. Someone's Pilgrim. Tap, add 1 Plains mana to your mana pool. Elvish Visionary. When Elvish Visionary enters the battlefield, draw a card. Still got 2 more packs in here to go through. This one looks like it's, and starts out with a land on it, does all lands. Guess we'll find out here in a second. Yeah, it's just all lands. Huge stack of lands. And for everyone's information, it is a mixture of lands, all 5 types. And this one starts out with an Evolving Wilds. Let's see. They come in packs like this. You know, all wrapped up. This is the smallest of them all. The others were thicker, like the amount of lands I just showed you. They were all about that size for the amount of cards that come in each pack. Let's see. Nope, it's not all lands. Got another. It's another mixture of stuff again. Evolving Wilds. Tap, sack. Search for a basic land card. Put into play tapped. Jace's Phantasm. It's flying. It's +4/+4 as long as an opponent has 10 or more cards in his or her graveyard. Not a bad idea for a mill deck. Stern Mentor. It's got Soulbound as long as it's paired with another creature. Those creatures have. Target player puts top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Mill deck. This has got a lot of good mill cards. Mind Skull. Target opponent puts top 7 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Another Curse of the Bloody Tome. Wow, this set's got quite a few. Target player puts top X cards from his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the number of lands you control. Fogbank Defender, prevent all combat damage that be dealt to Fogbank. 3 of any tap. Target player puts the bottom card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. If it's a creature card, you put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. It's called Celador. I want that for a mill deck as well. Because could you imagine that? So not just the top, now it's the bottom. Plus, I have a chance to get a zombie. Another Mind Sculpt. Vidalcan Enhancer. Target player puts top 2 cards of his or her library in his or her graveyard. Dream Twist. Target player puts top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard with a flashback, which is really nice. Another Evolving Wilds. Intangible Virtue. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and Vigilance. Have a couple of those in my Populate deck. Moan of the Unhallowed. Put 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield. Captain's Call. Put 3 1/1 white creature tokens onto the battlefield. Have those in there. I'm just going to let him keep all the Populate cards because I'm going to want a decent amount of cards. Gather the townsfolk, put 2 1/1 white human creature tokens onto the battlefield with the ability Fateful Hour. If you have 5 or less life, put 5 of those tokens into the battlefield instead. Vial Rebirth, exile target creature card from a graveyard, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. Lingering Souls, put 2 1/1 white spirit creature tokens onto the battlefield. It's got flashback, which I also have in my populate deck. The Golden Knight Redeemer enters the battlefield. You gain 2 life for each other creature you control. They got some great cards in here for populate decks. Attendant Knight, first strike. When it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 white soldier creature token onto the battlefield. Another Vial Rebirth. Glorious Charge, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Evolving Wilds again. Roaring Primodox again. Acidic Slime, Death Touch. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. Borderland Ranger again. Elvish Visionary again. Yevaz Force Mage. When it enters the battlefield, put target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. I have no idea how to say this, but something Beast Tracker. It enters the battlefield, search your library for a creature card with Death Touch, Hexproof, Reach, Trample, and reveal it. Shuffle your library, and put that library card on top of your library. Briarpack Alpha, Flash. Target, when it enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Another Borderland Ranger. Bond Beetle, when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. When Timberland Guide enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Evolving Wild yet again. Sorry, hair's bothering my eye. Knight of Glory. Protection from black. Exalted whenever a creature you control takes a land, that creature gets +1/+1 to end the turn. Angelic Benediction. Exalted. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, you may tap target creature. Guardians of Akarza. Defender with Exalted. Avon Squire, flying with Exalted. Duty Bound Dead, Exalted, and with Regenerate. Kind of a high Regenerate cost, if you ask me, honestly. But he is pretty cheap to put out. 1 swamp. Knight of Infamy, Protection from White with Exalted. I guess that's the opposite of the other one, the white one. Duskmantle Prowler, Haste, with Exalted. Another Guardians of Arska. Servant of Nefarx, just with Exalted. Cobbled Wings, enchanted creatures flying. And equipment. That's all from the semi-random cards. I guess I kind of see what they mean by semi-random. Because some of the cards do go together pretty well. Time to open the booster packs. We'll start with the first 2013. We got Harbor Serpent, Island Walk. It can't attack unless there are 5 or more islands on the battlefield. Dark Favor, enchanted creature. Enchant creature. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you lose 1 life. Enchanted creature gets +3/+0. I mean +1, not +0. Ranger's Path. Search your library for up to 2 forest cards. Put them in the battlefield. Tap. Then shuffle your library. That would have been great in my deck I used to have called the Fatties deck, which had a bunch of large creatures and a lot of mana acceleration. It was just meant to overwhelm me with big creatures pretty fast. Another Glorious Charge. Another Murder. A Giant Scorpion. A 1/3 with Death Touch. A Windrake. A Johnny Sunstrike. A 2/2 with Lifelink for 2. Primal Hunt Beast. A 3/3 with Hexproof. Welcome Turn. It can only block creatures with flying. Garruk's Pack Leader. Whenever it enters the battlefield, whenever another creature enters the battlefield with 3 or greater, a power with 3 or greater enters the battlefield you control. Let me start up. Whenever another creature of power 3 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. There we go. Switcheroo, exchange control of 2 target creatures. Oblivion Ring again. That was the exile a permanent when it leaves. You get your opponent gets it back. And then the rare would be Tharg Tusk. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 5 life. When it leaves the battlefield, put a 3/3 green beast creature token onto the battlefield. Not bad. Okay, let's go for the other 2013 one. If I could even open it. I hate these booster packs sometimes. They don't like to open. Okay, I guess we'll come back to it. Doesn't want to open. We'll do Innistrad then instead. Okay, maybe this one doesn't want to open either. These booster packs really hate me right now. Okay, let's try this other one. Well, they really don't want to open. Does anyone else have this problem? I don't have it very often, but when it does, it really irritates me. Leave comments below if you have. There we go, I got this one open. Now the fat R sticks. Get the cards out, there we go. Okay. Nettle Swine, nothing. Just a 4/3. Crypt Keeper. You sacrifice him, you exile target card from a graveyard. Elengod Shieldmate is with Soulbound as long as it's paired with another creature. Both creatures have Hexproof. Dangerous Wager, discard a card from your hand and draw 2 cards. Cloud Shift, exile target permanent. Exile target creature you control, then return to the battlefield that you control. Ghoulflesh, enchanted creature gets -1/-1 and is a black zombie in addition to its other types. And color until end of turn. I guess the only way I'd ever really use that was to destroy a 1/1 creature. Unhallowed Pact, when a creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under your control. Be good to put it on somebody else's creature. You know, steal their creature if it dies, or make sure you can get your other one back. Spectral Prison, it doesn't untap. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its control's untap step, and when it becomes the target of spell or ability, sacrifice it. So that's not amazing, but it's okay. Joint Assault, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's paired with a creature, that creature also gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Holy Justicator, tap target creature. If that creature is a zombie, exile it. Fettergeist, flying at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it unless you pay 1 of any for each other creature you control. I don't see what good that is. Commander's Authority, enchanted creature has at the beginning of your upkeep, put a 1/1 white human creature token onto the battlefield. That one I want majorly. Ooh, another angel. Angel of Jubilation. Flying, other non-black creatures you control get +1/+1. Players can't pay life or sacrifice creatures to cast spells or activated abilities. And got an angel token. Got an island. Oh, got a double rare. Since you have a chance in all booster packs to get a hollow, a shiny card, this one happens to be a rare and a shiny. Talk about luck. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each other creature. +1 on each creature you control. So all the rest of the creatures will get +1/+1 anytime you put a creature onto the battlefield. That'd be amazing in a popular deck as well. Okay, let's go back to Innistrad. See if we can get that one open. That's weird. Oh, that's because this is a transformation card. Okay. And this is the back. Okay, so I start at the beginning. Voiceless Spirit, flying for strike. Ghoulcaller's Chant. Remember that one. Dead Weight. We've seen that one too. Dream Twist. Target player puts top 3 cards. Yep, remember that one. From their library to the graveyard to flashback. The Monk again. The one I couldn't pronounce. Abby Griffin. Prey Upon, which we've had. I'm going to also want for my Stuffy Doll deck. Infernal Plunge, and as an additional cost to sacrifice, as an additional cost of cast, into Infernal Plunge, sacrifice a creature. Add 3 mountains to your mana pool. So you're only, for sacrificing a creature, getting 2 more. Not very great if you ask me. Think twice, draw a card with flashback. Lumberknot. Hexproof, whenever a creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Lumberknot. Rage Thrower, whenever another creature dies, Rage Thrower deals 2 damage to target player. Full Moon Rises, werewolf creatures you get you control get +1/+0 and have trample. Sacrifice Full Moon Rises to regenerate all werewolf creatures you control. Not bad if you have a lot of werewolves. And then we got the rare is Charmbreaker Devils. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Charmbreaker Devils get +4/+0 until end of turn. Not bad. I wouldn't call it amazing. Then the advertisement card. Oh, I guess this is what you're supposed to use in your deck for the dual-sided cards, the transformation cards. We were always wondering how you do that. Now we know. The reason they gave it to you in this was because of this werewolf card. It is Handwear Watchkeeper. Defender at the beginning of your upkeep. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform him. He's a 1/5, but when you transform him, he has to attack he becomes Bane of Handwear, and he has to attack each turn of Fable, and at the beginning of each upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells last turn, transform him. He's a 5/5. Not really sure how I feel about that one. Last one. This is 2013 booster pack. So far I'd say I like this better than the packs. Yes, you get less cards, but they seem to go together pretty well, and there's more cards in this that I've wanted than that it would have gotten in a fat pack, I have a feeling. Silvercoat Lion, just a 2/2 cat. Blood Hunter Bat, when it enters the battlefield, target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Divine Favor, when it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life and change a creature gets +1/+3. Sentinel Spider, Tim, the person, my roommate that bought it, would like this because he made a spider deck. Attendant Knight, we've seen that before. The rest, we've seen that one before. The Force Mage, we've seen that one before. Spike Bluff, 4/2 Trample. Wall of Fire, it's a defender. 1 mountain wall of fire gets +1/+0 until end of turn. That's a 0/5 wall. Ooh, Ring of Colonia. I want this. I had it in my fatties deck with my Colonian Hydra. Equipped creature has trample. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on equipped creature if the creature is green. Tim will probably want that one, but I'll see if he'll be nice enough to give it to me. But that's good because Colonian Hydra, every time it attacked, it doubled its +1/+1 counters on it. So, can you imagine how out of control I could get pretty fast? Courtney Provocator, tap target creature, tap it, target creature attacks this turn if able, tap it, target creature blocks this turn if able. Sarah Angel, it used to be a rare, I believe, back in the older sets, but now it's an uncommon, flying with vigilance. Reverberate, copy target instant or sorcery spell, you may choose new targets for that copy. Gonna see about putting that in my Stuffy Doll deck. Advertisement letting you know about the stuff. A mountain. And Centaur Courser. It's a 3/3 Centaur, it's just shiny. Well, so without actually having reviewed a Fat Pack, I do say with the times I've bought Fat Packs, and I've been buying Fat Packs on and off since 9th edition, which they used to give out 2 boxes and a book. I like this deck builder toolkit. It's like half the price, plus the cards I'd have to say overall are better. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below, and feel free to check out my friends on my that I subscribe to. Okay. Hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.